So I bought a few homes this week, and I want to remind listeners that you have a lot of options when selling real estate today. There are hedge funds that buy houses. There's the retail market where you're likely to get more money. And then, of course, there's local investors, of which I am one and have my own fund to buy investment opportunities. So if you have investment opportunities, and look, if you're an agent or a wholesaler, your opportunity probably isn't something I'm interested in. The fees associated, all of those types of things, the control, my title company not being involved, all of those things are reasons why I have a pretty simple buy box where we want to buy direct from consumer and we want to buy homes that we're going to renovate and resell. So if you own real estate, maybe it failed on the market, maybe you didn't get it sold, maybe you inherited some real estate, maybe it needs a lot of work, maybe there was an insurance claim. All of those things are reasons why we would look at buying real estate. So I am a buyer of homes. So if you are interested in a cash offer, quick, clean cash from a local investor that has been doing this for a really long time, has a great track record, I think my reputation speaks for itself. We buy a lot of real estate and we have a lot of raving fans. DuncanDuo.com. You can go there. You can request a cash offer. Our team will reach out, talk you through the different steps. And then one of my partners will come out and take a look at the property. We're regularly competing with some of the hedge funds. And I think some of the things that we offer that a lot of the hedge funds don't, we'll get creative with closing dates. We can close really fast. We can also do post-occupancy. We can buy stuff that's got permit issues. We can buy stuff that's got tenants in it still that you want us to take care of. We can buy stuff that needs massive renovations. I'm not a huge fan of buying flood homes because the FEMA stuff is a huge pain in the you-know-what. But if it's, if you're selling it from a vacant land value perspective, I would probably look at it. But we're really looking for, older homes, deferred maintenance, motivated people that just want to move and just want money as quick as a week. If that's something you're interested in, again, DuncanDuo.com, request your cash offer. And we'd love to have one of my acquisitions associates come out, take a look, and decide what we can do. Speaking of cash offers, I want to kind of explain this from a perspective of the consumer so you guys see this. The cash offer is not the right call for a lot of people. If your goal is to get the most amount of money out of the property, the cash offer probably isn't the right solution for you because the person that's buying the home, in my case, my fund, we're going to have to renovate it and resell it. We're not a, nonprofit. Okay. I give a lot to a nonprofit. I have my own foundation, but our entity that buys and resells property wants to buy it so that we can renovate it and then sell it and earn an income. Now, if you want max value out of the house, there really isn't typically a lot of opportunity for renovation, okay, or for profit. It's kind of like going to a car dealership. If you've got a $25,000 car dealership, let's say they'll give you 70 or 80%, sometimes a little higher depending on the demand. They're going to give you a lower price than what you could probably sell for on your own on the retail market. And that's simply because they're going to turn around and now sell your car for retail. So there's got to be enough of a spread for it to make financial sense for us. We know we can park money in a mutual fund and make a pretty much guaranteed over, 15 years. I've got funds that have made me, 10+% every single year. So it's got to be a good enough return for it to make sense for us. And I think that's the case for any investor. If you're someone that is focused on getting the most amount of money, though, the cash offer probably isn't right for you. Convenience is really the key. The quickness, the expedience. Think you've got something and you don't want to spend 30 to 60 days selling it. You can sell it to someone who will take it for the 30, 60 days and take the risk and deal with it. Trading in a car, taking something to a pawn shop, for example. Those are kind of examples. So again, the retail market is typically right for most clients. We're going to be able to market your home in a traditional fashion, get it sold quickly, and get you top dollar. If that's not what you want and you accept that, convenience matters more than getting the most amount of money and time, then the cash offer is right for you. But a lot of people get it wrong. They're like, oh, I want a cash offer. Well, what's the house worth? Well, I think it's worth 200. Well, what do you want? I want 200. That's not going to work from an investor's perspective. Now, could there be a cash buyer on the retail market that would pay your price? Possibly. Somebody that wants to buy it to move into it. Somebody wants to buy it because they've got cash and they're focused only on that neighborhood. There are certainly times where homes will sell for cash for retail price. If you're wanting to avoid the process of going on the market, avoid all the hoops that you have to jump through, there has to be some opportunity for the investor to earn an income. Or they simply say, we'll just keep looking for ones that we can. So it's not right for everyone. We sit down and do give you your options, though. We'll say, hey, look, here's what it looks like in a traditional setting. Here's what it looks like in a cash offer setting, and give you your choice. So if that's something you're interested in, again, DuncanDuo.com, request your cash offer, and would love the opportunity to talk to you about that. To reiterate, I want to kind of explain a few things that we will do that a lot of the funds will not do. Number one, we will work with you on post-occupancy or really fast closings. That's something we can accomplish that a lot of people cannot. We'll buy homes without inspections. Again, depending on, where the numbers lie. We will, close quickly or close as long as you want. We can get creative. We can buy homes that have tenants in them. Let's say there's a tenant in the house and you've inherited it and you just don't want to deal with the hassle of evicting them. We'll buy it with the tenant in it and we'll work on evicting them. So if those are things you're interested in, again, DuncanDuo.com, request your cash offer.